It is our duty to win. It is our duty to win. We must love and protect one another. We must love and protect one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. We have nothing to lose but our chains. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. It is our duty to win. We must love and protect one another. We must love and protect one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. 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 We have come too far. We have come too far. We won't turn around. We won't turn around. We'll flood the streets with justice. We'll flood the streets with justice. We are freedom bound. We are freedom bound. We have come too far. We have come too far. We won't turn around. We'll flood the streets with justice. We'll flood the streets with justice. We are freedom bound. We are freedom bound. ¡No queremos! ¡Ciudadanía! ¡Ahora! ¿Qué necesitamos? ¡Ciudadanía! ¿Cuándo? ¡Ahora! ¿Cuándo? ¡Ahora! ¿Qué necesitamos? ¡Ciudadanía! ¡When! ¡Now! ¿Qué queremos? ¡Ciudadanía! ¿Cuándo? ¡Ahora! Y si no la tenemos, ¡nos cambiamos! ¡La luchamos y la vamos a ganar! I believe that! I believe that! I believe that we will! I believe that we will! I believe that we will win! 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 No somos 10, somos millones. Cuéntanos bien. No somos 1, no somos 100. Somos millones. Cuéntanos bien. No somos 100, somos millones. Cuéntanos bien. When I say people, you say power. People. Power. Power. I say people, you say power. People. Power. Power. I say democracy, you say people. Democracy. People. People. I say we won. When I say we will win, yes, I believe. We will win.
Yes, I believe.
Hola, thank you everyone for being here. Muchas gracias. ¿Me pueden hacer un favor antes de empezar? Por favor, ¿nos podemos hacer espacio para mantenernos seguros? If we can please spread out, there's more space so that everyone is safe, please. You can just spread out a little bit more. There's more room towards here as well. Hay más espacio que se pueden mover más para enfrente. Por favor, gracias. Muchas gracias a todos por estar aquí. Thank you so much for being here. Yo soy Lucero Soto, organizadora de Sacramento Art. Mucho gusto desde California. Estamos aquí apoyando. Pero no nada más somos de California. Tenemos las federaciones de todos los Estados Unidos. De Florida. New Hampshire, Maryland, California,
New York! Arizona! New York! New York! Chicago!
Virginia!
Virginia!
Tantos lugares, tantos que nombrar y disculpas si no nombré todos. Sorry if I did not mention everyone. Wow, isn't that so powerful? We're here from different time zones, estamos aquí de diferentes lugares, todos por el mismo causa. Estamos aquí para la misma causa, para un camino a la ciudadanía. We're all here different time zones for the same reason. We want a Catholic citizenship. Gracias de nuevo. Un momento de pausa. La caminata fue buena. De nuevo, muchas gracias. Yo soy Lucero de Sacramento. Ahorita vamos a escuchar diferentes testimonios y diferentes personas que están aquí apoyándonos. Vamos a empezar. Voy a dar la bienvenida a Reverend Laura Ihueva James, Director of Grassroots Organizing for the General Board of Church and Society of the United Methodist Church. Welcome.
Y'all, before we begin, can we just give it up for these two ladies in the front?
Woo!
Shout out. Y'all, what do we want?
Citizenship!
When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want it?
Citizenship!
When do we want it?
Now!
I need everyone right now to turn around straight to the Capitol and let them know, what do we want?
Citizenship!
When do we want it?
Now! Citizenship! Now!
Amen. So again, yes, give it up. My name is Reverend Laura Kiweba James. I serve as the Director of Grassroots Organizing at the General Board of Church and Society. Today, along with the General Secretary, Reverend Dr. Susan Henry Crow, and all of us at the General Board of Church and Society, we bring you greetings and we welcome you to the United Methodist Building. Welcome. For years, the United Methodist Church, alongside immigrant activists, organizers, and other communities of faith, have advocated for legislation that provides a pathway to citizenship for all our undocumented families, friends, and our communities. As United Methodists, we affirm the words, dignity, and inherent value and rights of all persons, regardless of one's nationality or legal status. And we call for fair, humane legislation that protects, values, and honors the civil and human and labor rights of all immigrants. Amen. We also recognize that we as people of faith have a moral obligation to assure that all immigrants can live and thrive in a country that can truly be home for all of us. My family immigrated to the U.S. from Burundi, East Africa, after a genocidal war ravaged our country. Our freedom and ability to move and to be welcomed into a new community should not have been a privilege, but a human right that must be protected and given to all. And yet we know that for many immigrants, undocumented people who have either escaped violent reality or who have made the choice to seek other opportunities in a new country, still live with the uncertainty and fear of being stripped away from family, home, and their community. Today, we stand here saying no more.
No more!
No more fear.
No more fear!
No more uncertainty.
No more uncertainty.
Our family, our friends, we, the immigrant community, deserve to be at peace and know that the Senate will deliver on their promises for a pathway to citizenship for all immigrants. They will deliver. Now is the moment where change is here and change will happen. May it be so, and welcome, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reverend. Como no tenemos traducción, quiero compartir con ustedes unas palabras que ella compartió. Nosotros como personas de fe tenemos la obligación moral de pelear por esto y de ser unidos como comunidad inmigrante. Y algo muy importante que ella también compartió de su propia experiencia de niña, de donde ella vino. No debe de ser un problema ni tener miedo de empezar de nuevo en un nuevo lugar, especialmente cuando estás huyendo de violencia. Muchas gracias.
Gracias, Lucero, y muchas gracias a la reverenda por esa hermosa bienvenida y al centrarnos a que el Congreso debe prometer, tiene que hacer lo que nos prometieron. Mi nombre es Viviana Arciniega, yo soy organizadora comunitaria del Movimiento Café.
Can you adjourn to go to the Capitol?
Yo nací en Ciudad Juárez, Chihuahua.
Well, he wants to take pictures before it gets dark.
Cuando yo tenía 3
You want this?
años y hemos
Look at
estado
that.
viviendo en el estado de Nuevo México
Huh?
desde ese
You have
entonces.
these.
He estado en la lucha por un camino de ciudadanía por muchos años y yo entiendo que el tiempo es ahora. Así que acompáñenme con una porra. ¿Qué queremos?
¡Ciudadanía! ¡Ahora!
Para seguir adelante, vamos a presentar al pastor Brian Gill.
¿Quieres que lo tome?
What do we want? Citizenship! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Citizenship! When do we want it?
¡Now! ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede!
My name is Brian Ellis Gibbs. I am on the board of Faith in New York and a pastor in Queens, New York.
¡Woo! ¡Woo!
On this day, in this hour, we have come together because we want a clear pathway for citizenship for our immigrant sisters and brothers who are undocumented, DACA recipients, essential workers, farm workers, those who are working to provide for their family. I believe that we understand the assignment and we are in alignment with the movement of the divine whom I call God. Why do I believe this? Because we are marching, shouting, singing, and walking for the liberation of our immigrant brothers and sisters who are prevented from accessing the opportunities to a new life. And the reality is that no one is free until all of us are free. No one is free until all of us are free. Those who make a daily contribution to this country are not free. Those who travel to a place for refuge are not free. And those of you who operate out of fear are not free. For there are systems in place designed to deny our immigrant brothers and sisters, as well as so many others, to the abundance that is present in this land. There are systems sustained by stereotypes, lies, and myths rooted in ignorance, so that a few are able to maintain power and control over a land that does not belong to them. There are conspiracies and theories that have been created to segregate and separate. There are politicians debating over personal liberties, and they are not, while denying liberty to everyone. There are persons playing the role of God, determining who has access to the bounty of God's creation. There is a misinterpretation of our sacred text, which produces colonized canons, toxic theologies, and oppressive opinions of a word that is intended to liberate. We say that America is home of the brave and land of the free, but many are not free nor brave enough to speak out against injustice. Our immigrant brothers and sisters, men and women, boys and girls, have been greeted with guns, embraced by lassos, welcomed into cages, and extended the hand of hatred, while we continue to celebrate an immigrant named Columbus, who was lost, who did not discover this land, and furthermore did not even arrive on these shores. is with us.
He is. Amen.
With the Holy One who calls us to welcome the foreigner, show hospitality to strangers, love our neighbor, honor our brothers and sisters who are made in the image of God. For the image of God is love and compassion, justice and freedom, reconciliation and liberation. Now is the time for the Senate to create a pathway for citizenship. Now is the time for the Senate to create a pathway to citizenship for all of our immigrant brothers, for all of our immigrant sisters who have been essential in keeping our country safe, who have been essential in keeping our families fed. It is time to create a new Ellis Island experience for those who seek refuge, safety, and a new life. Now is the time. Today is the day. This is the year. Do it. Do it now. This is the time. You
Now.
we can do it. It's time. Citizenship. When do we want it?
Now.
Citizenship. When do we want it?
Now. 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 Now.
Thank you so much for those powerful words. Muchas gracias por esas palabras tan poderosas. A unas cosas que de veras para mí fue muy importante lo que compartió es que nosotros estamos creados en la imagen de Dios y Dios es amor y nosotros los amamos a cada uno y tenemos la responsabilidad de apoyar. Amén. Muchas gracias. Gracias. Vamos a introducir a nuestra hermana de Faith in Action Bay Area, Valeria Lucero.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Valeria. Soy una Tengo dos hijos ciudadanos, uno de 23 y uno de 14 años. Tengo viviendo y trabajando en este país más de 25 años. Hoy estoy aquí porque para mí, como para muchas madres que han tenido que sacar adelante a sus hijos solas, es muy importante que podamos recibir la promesa que los demócratas hicieron a nuestra comunidad.
Así es. ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede!
Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede.
Para mí, para mis hijos, eso fue muy difícil. Por eso, cuando mi hijo vota, lo que hace pensando en todos los niños que han sido separados de sus padres. Hoy decidí estar aquí. Porque decidí estar aquí porque para mí es muy importante que los demócratas cumplan sus promesas de dar un camino a la ciudadanía. Es la oportunidad que tengo para volver a ver a mis padres con vida. Es muy importante que los demócratas tomen un liderazgo fuerte, porque sabemos que pueden hacerlo.
Sí se puede.
Hoy está en sus manos no solo darnos una oportunidad de hacer. Hoy está en sus manos no solo dar una oportunidad a esta comunidad, sino que tienen la obligación de hacerlo moralmente correcto, ya que muchos de nosotros nunca Dejamos de trabajar durante el COVID-19 porque no teníamos otra opción. ¿Tenemos miedo al virus? No, no era opción, teníamos que trabajar. Yo, como muchos, no calificamos para ninguna clase de estímulo. Incluso les negó a nuestros hijos el derecho de recibir por tener una madre de estatus diferente. Hoy estamos aquí como la parábola de la viuda, pidiendo que se nos haga justicia y que no sigan separando, destruyendo familias como los hicieron a la de mis hijos. Así que no nos cansaremos de pedir ese camino a la ciudadanía hasta que se nos escuche.
¡Bravo! ¡Bravo!
To hear her words, and I will say a few words in English for those folks who I want to hear. One thing that was really impactful was for all of the folks who were able to take time off during the beginning of the pandemic and just in general during COVID, folks who had no choice but to continue working and sustain our country. Folks who feared COVID but had no choice but to continue working for their families. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias, Valeria. Es tiempo de que el Congreso pase un camino a la ciudadanía porque no podemos estar separando a nuestras familias porque eso duele, tal como la compartía mi compañera Valeria. Muchas gracias. Next, I'd like to present Haitian Community Leader, Shay Jaboy.
Yes, Shay!
Sí se puede.
I want to say thank you to all of you that are here, the entire congregation. I read wow. And Los Angeles, thank you so much. You know what they say? We came, we took action, and we are seen.
Yes!
Dame.
No way.
Dame.
I did a shake the room, and I'm proud English from here.
Yes!
We are involved. I have been in the United States for over 20 years, and I'm here today to fight in solidarity for bravery, citizenship, dignity, and respect for all immigrants. Growing up in Haiti, the U.S. inspired us. We believe it was a place where we can be free, have a voice, where we can work hard and become what we want to be. A hopeful place. We did not know yet that hope was only reserved for some people. I have been horrified over the past few months to see what is happening to people from Haiti at the U.S. border. This country has always treated black migrants worse than other migrants.
Speak truth. Speak your truth.
Black migrants are 6 times more likely to be in solitary confinement in detention centers.
Yes.
And they are detained at confinement detention centers and at higher rates than others.
Yes.
I'm so emotional I can't even speak. When we voted for these members of Congress, they made us believe that they will change that. But we all saw the vivid and shocking images at the borders. After the most recent earthquake and political unrest in Haiti.
That's right.
Anyone has the right to seek asylum in the United States.
Yes.
That's what the law says, right?
That's right.
Yet,
Speak, sister, speak.
Haitians seeking asylum in the U.S., they were faced with men on horses holding whips as they carried their babies in their arms.
Shame. Shame.
This reminds us as people of our long history of slavery. Haitian migrants seek to be treated with humanity like all immigrants.
That's right.
I see this, and I see so many other immigrants across this country who have been keeping the United States running during the pandemic. And long before that. And they still can't get any basic citizenship right. And it makes you wonder, is this administration and the government planning to keep any of these promises toward immigrants? It's a fight for humanity, dignity, and respect. Every human being deserves that. We mean every human being.
Yes.
No matter who we are, and where we came from, and whatever language we speak, our fight is one fight. As we stand together.
Amen.
Our immigrant communities have suffered long enough. With all the insecurity and the political turmoil we live through, it is right to call on our legislators and demand action now.
Yes.
We want action now. Congress, do the right thing
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Do the right thing now.
Now.
Honor all immigrants with protection, a pathway to citizenship, and full participation in our society. Thank you. Gracias.
Gracias, Ana.
Su lucha es nuestra lucha. Me gustaría invitarlos a levantar sus posters, sus signs, para que todos vean por qué estamos aquí, que este espíritu no se acabe. Please raise your signs. Let's show why we are here.
Sí.
What do we want?
Citizenship.
When do we want it?
Now.
When do we want it?
Now.
Our next speaker is going to be Bishop Leila Ortiz from Metropolitan Washington, here in D.C.
What do we want?
Citizenship.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Citizenship.
When do we want it?
Now.
Good afternoon, buenas tardes. Yo soy la reverenda Leila Ortiz, obispa de la Iglesia Evangélica Luterana en América. I'm a leader of a vibrant multicultural faith community in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. True to the melting pot that is our country, our congregations have immigrants from across the globe. Soy la líder de una comunidad de fe que es multicultural, inmigrante en el área metro de Washington, D.C. Nuestras congregaciones tienen inmigrantes de todas partes del mundo, siendo fieles a la mezcla de culturas que es este país. For people of faith, for you and I, no matter where someone came from or how they arrived in the United States, their life is inherently holy and valuable, and they should be treated with dignity and respect.
Para las personas de fe, como usted y como yo, la vida de todos y todas, todos los seres humanos, es intrínsecamente santa y valiosa. Y por lo tanto, debemos ser tratados y tratadas con dignidad y respeto. No importa de dónde vengan o cómo hayan llegado a los Estados Unidos. We are all children of God, equal in our humanity and right to be free from the yoke of oppression. Somos